Familynestacademy, a place where families are empowered to fulfill their destiny, a place where families can build legacy, a place where families can enjoy a wholesome and fulfilling life, and more.
Hi, family. You are welcome back to our Wholesome Family series from Family Nest Academy. And I'm your host, Princess Francisca Obichinizi. Today, we'll be talking about how trauma affects your parenting. Yes, this topic is very sensitive, I would say tender, but very important because I understand that some of us are still struggling to really accept that we were traumatized. For those who have even acknowledged it may be uncertain how to go about it. This topic today will be a kind of reflection in case you are not sure, and in case you might be wondering if yes, your trauma is really affecting your parenting. Now, trauma may not be sexual abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. It might even be the things you are meant to receive, the love, the support, the care you were meant to receive as a child that was never there. It might even be some things that you expected, you desired, that you saw your mate and you were wondering if your world is different. Okay? You can be a good parent but still raise your children with trauma. And the significance of this teaching is to help us not to repeat the traumas that we experienced on our children. Because the worst is that you may even do it worse than it was done to you because you did not even recognize that you were traumatized. So that doesn't make you a bad parent. It only shows that there is something in you that requires attention. There's something that needs to be dealt with in your life. The question is, are you willing to really reflect, sit down, and work on those traumas so they don't dictate the way you parent? So trauma is not just abuse or crisis, okay? It can be absence of love. Your parents might have provided, but you didn't feel like they loved you. They might have even trained you well, but you grew up under pressure that this is what is required of you. You never felt the connection, the bond. And that is why some of us, when we are asked to bond with our children before correction, we think we are asking you not to correct or discipline your children. We are asking you to be soft. No. It's because you were trained the hard way. And then you think your children also need the hard way to turn out good the way you did. That is trauma. There is no place where it's defined or determined that yes, because this worked for you, it will work for another. And that is why in this dispensation, you need to understand what works for your child, what works in that environment, what is not working that you need to turn around and work on so that your children does not end up not having the best of training by you. But you need to know that sometimes that our hard method is because that was how we are trained. So using it on your child without first considering what will work for the child, what is his way of learning, what is his way of gaining and retaining information, what you are doing is re-traumatizing your child with what you have been traumatized with. Did you turn out well? By your definition, you say you did. am I there to judge if you did or you did not? You did not. No, that's not my business. Our business today is for you to really consider those things you are doing as a parent. Is it really act of knowledge of what is effective at this time in that unique child you have, or you are doing it because it was done to you? Okay? Trauma is also what you did not receive or what you were denied of. So you were left empty and unvalidated. Nobody cared to affirm you, to even urge you and tell you that they believe in you. And so you find it difficult saying the same to your children when they put up their effort to remind them that yes, they had B, but they could have had A. You make them feel less, that they are not doing enough because that was what was done to us. I remember those days. We'll come back with C. Third position, second position, and your daddy will tell you, my boy, you did well, but why? Those that had A, do they have two heads? Yes, their intention was to encourage us, but doing that comparison, they don't understand that it kills something in us. It makes us think that we need to put more effort to really please them. It makes us believe that we have not done enough. So most times the motivation is what our parents are saying. Sometimes it works. It helps us less to do more. But sometimes it kills two heads. Yes, their intention was to encourage us, but doing that comparison, they don't understand that it kills something in us. It makes us think that we need to put more effort to really please them. It makes us believe that we have not done enough. So most times the motivation is what our parents are saying. Sometimes it works. It helps us less to do more. But sometimes it kills our confidence. We don't see it from that perspective. Our parents never did. They only wanted the best for us, right? The same thing most of us are doing today. Okay? So, some of us, we grew up in a family where our parents opened the door to accommodate extended family members, but made it unsafe for us without knowing. Some children were abused under their parents' roof by extended family members because daddy and mom wanted to give support to external family members, and then they made their children pray. They brought in predators. Let me not go there yet. And yes, you discover that some of us, out of that fear, we now become a pest on our children. We are picking on them. We are scared of what happened to us while we are growing up, that it will not happen to our children. And then we overreact. Okay? We overreact instead of reflecting and healing from this emotional trauma and all kind of trauma, and then considering, okay, how can I put measures in place for my child not to be exposed to what I've been exposed to? Some of us will still bring external family members, but then you will not be picking on your children. Instead of closing that door, removing that risk altogether, and giving your children peace of mind and safety. But because we can't say no, I can't leave. I understand you need help. You will look for alternative way. But no, you must have them coming because they need support. They want you to train them. They want you to help their children. And you are bringing people into your home that becomes predators. You don't want to just stay there. Let's move. So, what are the things that will show you, the things you do that will show you that trauma is shaping your parenting. One, you overreact when your child messes up. So your child makes a mistake. Oh, you overreact. You are not just reacting or responding to the immediate mistake. Your mind would have gone far. What has happened to you in the past? What has happened to people around you that you witnessed? What not? And then you overreact. And this is a child that doesn't even understand what all this is all about. It's a sign of trauma, parenting from trauma. Because you are beaten for spilling water, then your child will spill water, spill milk, spill something. Oh, you are shouting. I've warned you, don't play with water, don't do this. And you will hit that child. And you may not even teach this child how to clean up after him. You may still be the one to clean it up. What did this child learn? That it's good to hit people. It's good to shout at people. That's what that child picked. This child did not understand that he is required to be careful and to clean up after him. So the right thing would have been, calm yourself down. You need to parent from the place of calm. Calm yourself down. Let this child understand. Okay, you spilled this water. I did not expect you to spill this water, but it's normal at your age to make such mistakes. However, next time try to do it carefully, because children will experiment. They will carry water. They will even carry your Milo and your milk to do mixtures. But what you are trying to teach this child is, this is for this is for that. And when eventually you happen to make this mistake, you need to get a mop, you need to get a towel, clean the table, mop the floor. Of course, it will depend on this child's age, right? At 2, at 1, start teaching them how to take responsibility of their mess. That is the training. It's not about hitting this child. I know you were hit, and you think it's by hitting this child will pick the correction. Ask yourself, how many times do you beat your child once on something and it takes effect? No. You realize you have to beat over and over. I've asked someone that question, say, hey, the more you beat, the more they tend to understand. Why not say the more I teach, the more they tend to understand? Because that is more effective. That your beating is easing off your own pain, your pressure, your emotional trauma, your inability to control your emotion. Is not about the mistake that child has made. Because the mistake that child has made does not in any way affect you directly, does not even kill that child. Is this child level of development that he's exploring is part of creativity, trying to find out things. But we kill it with shouting and beating. Let's not go there. Secondly, you feel distant even when you are present. You are not able to connect with your children emotionally. And that's why you are just there pressing your phone. Your child is even calling you. You are not even answering. You think, I'm here because if I'm not here, they will get hurt. And government will come and hold me responsible. I just have to be in the house. But you are not connecting emotionally. You don't make these children feel that, yes, daddy and mommy really enjoy their presence. That they are important. They are precious to mommy and daddy. And that's why they are spending their time with them. You don't connect with your children. So even though you are there, it's my duty to be there so they will be safe. And that's why when they become of accountable age, 16, 17, 18, we don't even care if we are around or not. We are everywhere. 2 of us can go to work at the same time, leave them. They are adults, they can handle themselves. And when we come back, they are able to give us food we eat and we go to bed. You don't connect. Trauma. Because while growing up, it wasn't something of significance. It didn't matter. There was no need for that. Maybe because every child that grows up connecting with family, we understand the value, and we replicate it in their own parenting. So if you had that understanding and that experience of connection with your family and you enjoyed it naturally, you want to bond with your children, understanding the value it added to your life. And yes, how else do you know that you are parenting from trauma? You struggle to give affection, you struggle to hug, you struggle to say I love you. So you feel it's hard in your mouth, even though you have had it several. It's a struggle to you because it's normal. You are not told I love you. Your parents assumed he will know. If I don't love him, will I buy shoes for him? Will I pay his school fees? Will I buy clothes for him? Will I buy things he asks for? The same thing we do. We struggle with expressing our emotion, our affection, hugging our children, becking them, telling them daily, I love you. It should be part of your bonding with your children, expressing your affection. Okay? Then, fourthly, you discipline from fear, not faith. So something happened, I think I've already said it. You discipline out of fear of what will happen to this child if you don't discipline. It's not like I'm disciplining in faith. This child will turn out well if I discipline him. This child will become the best part of him if I do this. Not, hey, if I don't discipline him, he will become useless. If I don't discipline him, he will turn out as that neighbor's son. If I don't discipline him, he will turn out as my friend. While growing up, that was not discipline. If I did, those are fear discipline. And most times, they don't give us the best results. Our children will grow up also in fear. They will grow up fearing us. Even if you get an immediate result that you think, it will not be a lasting result. What your children will do is, because they are fearful of how you will handle them when they make mistakes, they will keep themselves, they will be living on eggshell in your home. But whenever they have the opportunity to go out, they will become themselves and they will explore. And God knows the level of exploit they will engage in. So let's be real, okay? These are not bad habits. They are not that they don't mean you are wicked. It just simply means that we need healing. But do you know that sometimes our children see this as mommy and daddy are mean, or mommy is mean, or daddy is mean. Hey, if my daddy hit you, when you are with these young people, just say, if my daddy give you a knock, your brain will reset. But then when you ask them a deep question, you will understand. They don't understand why they are being treated the way. Most times they give you, my daddy say, hey, you want to become useless like this person, you want to, but we can parent in a better way. Make these children understand that we are training them for their destiny, for the purpose they have been created. There is something they have been called into, and that is our assignment to mold them into it. But we don't have to do it with force or fear, but with what? Faith and confidence in He who has called us onto this assignment. And I also need to, how do you heal, and what should you know about healing from trauma so that you don't parent from trauma? Healing is not about being perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even until Jesus comes, we will keep working onto perfection. There will be areas we will need to keep improving. So nobody has all the key to perfect parenting. Nobody. We all put things in place just to help us be better, do better than where we are coming from. It's about progress, consistently putting things in place. So when you choose to deal with your trauma, You are choosing to rewrite your story. You are choosing to rewrite your parenting story and family story. You are choosing to make sure that what happened to you did not happen to your children, but in a better way. Because sometimes we are moving from trauma, trying to save our children from trauma, but ending up traumatizing them. You are showing your child what it looks like to face hard things and grow. Because sometimes you can even share your experience with your children and they will understand that that is coming from somewhere, that is working on his life, that is becoming better. It's also showing them that there is something to work for in every area of their life, and it requires discipline, hard work, and consistency. Okay? You are breaking chains that held you back, and you are building legacy. Very importantly. So before I close, I want to pray for us that the Lord will grant us insights and healing, total healing from every trauma that is dictating our parenting in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for listening till the end. Kindly share to every family you know, and even those who are intending to be parents, because the earlier people discover that trauma can really influence their parenting and start seeking for solution to heal from their traumas, the earlier we are able to raise wholesome families set to fulfill God's purpose in this generation and dispensation. Thank you for listening to me. And yes, this is coming from Family Nest Academy, where we help parents, families, young people to discover why they have been called into existence and live up to it, building legacies. Do have a lovely day and see you next time.